Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a quick look at the Boker Plus S2. The S2 is actually a collaboration between Boker Plus and Sniper Bladeworks. Now, there are a bunch of reviews on this particular knife on YouTube already, and part of the reason why I got that is because of some of the reviews from John Wayne Colt 45 and We All Juggle Knives. I was kind of intrigued by them, so I wanted to pick it up and take a look on it for myself. And I was really happy when I received it because right around $50 mark, depending on where you get it, it's actually a really good knife for the money. Now, what I did notice is that some of the reviews that I'd seen, the packaging, the way it came and stuff like that, wasn't exactly this particular packaging that I got. So I wanted to show that too because I was pretty surprised because this is not the usual packaging that I've seen from Boker Plus, especially the lower end Boker Plus knives. You usually get the kind of black, flimsy cardboard box, but this actually is it's a really nice packaging for the knife itself. So on with the actual overview. And like I said, you get this really cool packaging there. You get the kind of safety seal there that you have to break in order to make sure you're the first person that gets into it. The box itself is pretty sturdy, and it's got this magnetic lid that kind of closes back down. When you open it up inside the box, you get the information from Boker. The knife is actually encased in this kind of felt-like material, and it's got the cutout for the knife, so it sits there really nice. It doesn't move around or anything like that. It does have these two thumb notches, so you can take them out. On the bottom, you have this little plastic bag that has an Allen wrench, which has the two sizes that you would need in order to either take the knife apart or loosen or tighten the pivot screw and the pocket clip and stuff like that. So that's really cool that they offer it. A little bit of specs on the knife itself. The overall length of this is 8.75 inches. So you get 4.75 inches in the close position, and then the blade is actually a 4-inch blade. The blade it's 440C stainless steel, so it's pretty nice. It's actually stone wash finish on it, so it makes it look really nice. And it did a really good job on the stone washing on this blade. I think it kind of sets it apart from a lot of other knives, especially because of the look of the knife itself. Now it is a very high full flat ground, so it's as you guys can see, the grind is really high, so it's almost a full flat ground blade, which is really nice. The blade itself is very wide, so it gives you a lot of slicing power for this particular knife, which is pretty much one of the main uses for the knife itself is going to be as a good slicer. So if you're looking for something like that, this is definitely the way to go. The weight on this is 5 ounces, so it's a very manageable EDC weight on there. So it's not going to be too overly heavy, even though you get a really big blade on there. The blade has some jimping right on the thumb ramp right here, which it's very functional. It does lock your thumb in there, so if you're going to be chopping down or something, you're not going to have to worry about it slipping out of the way. The flipper design, which is actually what the actual knife is deployed with, or the blade is deployed with, once you do that, it actually becomes a little bit of a guard there, so you don't have to worry about, if you're using it real hard, your finger slipping up on the blade there. It is a liner lock, as you guys can see there, and it's very easy to disengage the liner, which is good. Because the lockup is really nice. I mean, it's rock solid, no up and down or left and right blade play on there. The one thing that I did not like was the blade was not sharp at all when it came from the factory. But because 440C is pretty easy to sharpen, just a couple of passes on a ceramic rod did the job, and it's ready to go. On the blade, you actually get the on one side you get the Boker Plus symbol right there. And on the other side, you get the Sniper Bladeworks symbol, because again, it is a collaboration with them, and it's a really cool symbol there. 440C stamped on the blade itself as well. All right. The actual handle is G10, and it's grippy enough to where the knife isn't going to come out of your hands, but it's not overly grippy where it's going to start shredding your pocket. So that's a really cool feature that they kept it that amount of grippiness on there. It also has these cutouts on the G10, and it makes it really comfortable when you go to pull, grab it in your pants to pull it out. Your thumb locks in there, so you get a positive purchase to pull it out of the pants itself. The pocket clip is it's also bead blasted, so it kind of matches the blade, and it doesn't reflect that much light, which is good. So if you have it in your pocket, it's not going to attract attention to it. It does come for tip up. Sorry about that. Tip up right-handed carry, and it is reversible to tip down right-handed carry as well. Unfortunately, only right-handed carry. It's not tapped on this side to do that for left-handed carry. But if they did, obviously these cutouts on the G10 will actually get in the way, and they might shred your pocket. Now, one thing that I did notice is the the shape of the pocket clip right up here. So you guys can see they kind of do that to follow the contour of the G10, which is nice. It gives it a little bit more aesthetic looks to it. But if you do flip it around from how high these the holes are for the pocket clip to ride, it's good because it'll the knife will ride pretty deep. But this little area right here, it almost looks like it's gonna extend past the top of the knife. Now, I don't know if they did that on purpose to maybe use that as an improvised impact tool or something like that, but that is the case. It will stick up a little bit, so just know that. The lanyard hole is actually really nice. It's very generous, so it'll fit 550 cord through there. So if you want to do a lanyard on there, and the good thing is that it sits right on top. I like when the knife manufacturers do that, because sometimes when you have it down here, it kind of sits kind of weird in the pocket. But when you have it right on top, the lanyard will come out, and you're able to grab it right away, and you get a positive purchase on that if you want to use it to maybe pull it out of your pocket, or if you have this in inside a pocket in a bag or something like that, then it's a lot easier to get to. So all in all, it's a really nice knife. It's like I said, for the money, you're getting something really cool. It's a very different looking knife. It's one of those knives that at first you kind of have to look at it, and then maybe hold it in your hand, and once you have it in your hand, you notice that it fits really nice, and it's a good purchase on there, and then you kind of fall in love with it. So it's one of those things that you have to give it a second look, and maybe actually have it physically in your hand to make sure that you really like it. But I think you're gonna get a lot of, like I said, a lot of knife for the price. Now, as always, I like to do a size comparison. And I have a Spyderco Manix 2. Now, obviously, by no means is this size comparison as far as the blade or anything like that. What I like to do is show something that everybody is familiar with. So for the most part, everybody knows what the Manix 2 looks like and how big it is and things like that. So that'll give you more of an understanding of the size of this knife itself. So as you guys can see there, a pretty similar size on the handle itself, but the blade is a little bit bigger, a little longer, and a little wider, obviously. So here, if I put the Manix 2 blade on top, you see how much wider the S2 blade is. So you got a lot more belly on that S2, even though they're both technically full flat ground knives, anyways. So what I was saying, as you guys can see here, from where the lanyard hole is on the Manix, see how it's lower than where the clip would be. See right here. So you kind of have the lanyard. It's good and bad. You kind of have the lanyard sitting out to the side and lower from when you have it in the pocket, versus with the S2, it's right on top, so it sits right on top of the pocket. So again, it's not a big thing, but I prefer it that way, just for me. The liners on this are also not skeletonized, but they do have some cutouts in there, so that's really good because it does allow to reduce the weight on that. But again, at 5 ounces, it's not that heavy. It's like I said, it's a manageable EDC weight, especially if you're going to want something nice and big, so you can have some more slicing and chopping power behind it. So again, this is the Boker S2 collaboration between Boker Plus and Sniper Bladeworks. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, guys? Thanks.